call to order the City Council meeting. I'm going to ask Councilman Nakhan to say the invocation and Councilman Lewis to do the pledge.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us together to do your duties and your work. Guide our minds and our hearts, that we may be examples of your dignity and grace. In your name we ask this in Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. In the Father and Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you both very much. All right, we welcome you to the Lafayette City Council meeting. As presiding officer and chair, I would like to announce the following. This is a public hearing. To address the council on any item on this agenda, please fill out the speaker form to submit your information to the clerk prior to the call of the agenda item, or you will not be given the opportunity to speak. Staff assistance is available if needed. Items for submission to the council should be handed to the clerk, council clerk, Mrs. Veronica L. Williams, seated to my left. When addressing the council, state your name and title for the official record. The 3-minute rule will be in effect. No debating or confrontational statements will be allowed. The front row to my left is for media only. Food and drinks are not allowed in the auditorium. Please silence all phones and electronic devices. Meeting procedures are by resolution and not by Robert's Rules of Order. All documents with reference to meetings can be found on the LCG website. And finally, the council encourages your involvement in boards or commissions. If interested, call 291-8800. I have a couple of chair announcements. The 22-23 budget schedule has been posted and is available online. The clerk has a few copies for those who are interested. I would like to wish a happy birthday to Mary Slyman, Community Director and Community Development and Planning Director, which she celebrated on July 3rd, and I don't see Mary in the house here. I would like to also wish a happy birthday to Robert Benoit, Fire Chief, which he will celebrate on July 11th. Not here either. I would like to wish a happy birthday, oh, he is in the house, to Gregory Logan, City Parish Attorney, which he will celebrate on July the 14th. So happy birthday, Greg. I don't have any other announcements. Are there any other council announcements? I'm not seeing any. So we'll move on. I'm moving on to the Executive Mayor President's report. Mayor President Guillory, or would you have the floor? If I can find your role, there you go.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have several items to report on. First and foremost, I would also like to say that my sweet grandmother, who's no longer on planet Earth, is also her birthday's July 11th, and one of my brothers, so Chief Robert P. Benoit, we appreciate you, and I think he knows that interesting fact. Before I get to budget actual, I do have a few notes, Madam Chair, on item 6, which we'll be discussing here in a little bit. And before we do that, I'd like to take the professional privilege of just sharing a few thoughts with you, share a few thoughts with the council and the public. You know, over the holiday weekend, and thinking about this particular meeting, I asked myself...
Would you want to make that comment when we get to that item, if possible?
Well, I respect and whatever decision you want to make. I know that on council announcements, we often will go off script, but it is your meeting, and I defer to you. I have no problem waiting.
Well, yeah, if you would hold
That's
that
no
thought,
problem.
if I'm sure it's a good thought, hang on to it, because we're going to get to that in a minute. If you will, we're going to stick to the script.
That's no problem. But also, we have budget to actual comparison of major city funds, May 2022 preliminary. If you have any questions, Director Toops is now to my right, not behind me. Feel free to ask any questions. That's right. Going back to, that's how I met her, though, before COVID.
She was sitting there.
Up here, right?
Yeah, I know. I used to see her sitting there. That's right. I mean, now, Sidra, you're sitting in a chair, too, huh?
It's hiding.
I like that, 3 chairs.
It's the vantage point.
Very nice.
All right, well, I'll hold my thoughts to item 6. I do appreciate you, and that is all I have.
All right, thank you very much. We're going to move on to item 5. Cindy, please read.
Rita Lawrence versus Lafayette Consolidated Government et al., 15th Judicial District Court, docket number C-2021-0633, Division K, State of Louisiana, Parish of Lafayette.
All right, I'd like legal to explain why the executive session is needed.
Madam Chair, this matter involves pending litigation in which LCG is a party, and because of the nature of the claims and defenses asserted in that litigation, it's my opinion that discussion of the litigation in open session will have a detrimental effect on the litigation or bargaining position of LCG in that litigation. For that reason, it's my opinion that an executive session is permissible and appropriate for discussion of the litigation, and I recommend that council go into executive for that purpose.
Thank you very much. I need a motion and a second to enter into executive session. I have a motion from Mr. Lazard, a second from Mr. Nakhan. I'm not seeing any council discussion on it, so any public comments on this?
No,
Ashley,
ma'am.
Okay. Then let's call for a vote to enter into executive session.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? The motion to enter into executive session is approved.
All right. motion and a second to return from executive session. I have a motion from Mr. Lewis, a second from Mr. Nakhan. I'm not seeing any council discussion or public comments. Ms. Williams?
No,
All
no,
right.
ma'am.
Let's call for the vote to return from executive session.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
The motion to return from executive session is approved.
All right, moving on to report and our discussion items. Cindy, please
Madam
read.
Chair,
Oh,
there should be another section underneath that one. Nanette,
if needed. Oh,
Yeah.
hello. Just, yes, I'm so sorry.
no problem.
I figured, okay. So I need a motion and a second to accept the recommendation from the legal department. I have a motion from Ms. Abear, a second from Mr. Nakhan. Again, no discussion. I'm not seeing any public comments.
No, ma'am.
All right, let's go ahead and vote on the recommendation.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1? District 2?
Yes.
The motion to accept the recommendations of the legal department is approved.
All right, thank you, legal department. I was so ready to just move forward and just check it off. So, all right, let's move on to reports and/or discussion items. Cindy, please read.
Follow up on requests for information on drainage projects, public bid law, and contracts presented during the city council meeting on June 7th.
Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, this was still on the agenda because we had put it on about two months ago in the hopes of having some answers, from our questions. We did not receive any, so I basically don't have anything to discuss at this point. So I'm going to just defer to Glenn. I think Glenn had the floor. And then Mayor, it'll be your turn. Is that good? Okay, there you go. All right. Mayor, there you go. Your mic is hot.
We're at your discretion, but I appreciate it, and apologies for addressing this issue on the previous item. I have no issues at all going at this time. Probably makes more sense. So I was saying over the weekend, in anticipation of this particular meeting, and in thinking about how the best way to respond and really for our public, I asked myself, quite frankly, if we as a team, have we been successful since January 2020? Have I been successful as a mayor president? Has my administration been successful? And that question, it really made me think about, what success actually looks like. And to me, success looks like having a city and parish where people want to move to and don't want to leave. A city and parish where families feel safe, where they want to raise their children. A city and parish that is prepared for storms and works around the clock on drainage at every opportunity that we can. A city and parish that has good roads and that can manage its traffic to the best of our abilities. A city and parish that attracts businesses that offer good jobs. A place where people are proud to call home. And this is what Lafayette has become in a very short period of time. We've always had the people. We've always had the culture. And we're getting there. And we're just getting started. But that's what I care about. And to me, that's what success looks like. To me. That's what I'm focused on. Record number of drainage efforts that you guys worked with us on. Thank you for that. Could not do it without the city council. Could not do it without the parish council. Something that we should all be proud of. You received a 2-hour, 45-minute, 2-hour, 30-minute presentation a couple weeks ago on drainage, so we highlighted those. So thank y'all for that time and that opportunity. But if you recall, 61 projects since January 2020 that's either been completed, under construction, or designed. That couldn't happen without you. I'm appreciative of that. That's teamwork. That's working on behalf of our people. An aggressive road overlay program that is hard to beat. Many municipalities across our country cannot compete with us on our asphalt overlay. Very proud of that. Adding roads where the engineering makes sense. Look at this, North St. Antoine. Councilman Lewis is one of the first things when I got elected, he came up to me and briefed me on that road, and now it's going to come to fruition. We appreciate your support. North St. Antoine, Louisiana Avenue Extension, work off of Friend Bustani, Lake Farm, work off of Veron School Road, connectivity. This is just to name a few. But we have put way more police officers on the ground and on patrol. Council approved more, I think 12 additional positions last year, so thank you for that. We have a first-class fire department, first-class police department here in Lafayette. We've invested in disinvested areas unlike no administration and no council before this council, before our administration. Look at our investments in downtown. Look at our investments on the north side. Look at the ETRT initiative where it was just sitting and collecting dust from 2015. Those are now in fruition. Those are now into place. We're proud of that. Look at our quality of life initiatives. Our parks look better than they have. We have a ways to go, but they're looking good. Our rec centers are looking extremely well, from appearances to programs. I mean, look at this past summer. We've had all 10 of our rec centers or activity centers were programmed out. That is something that we can all put our arms around. That's taking care of our future. World-class bike paths are coming, pedestrian walkways, our investments in Moore Park, our investments in Brown Park, to be able to complement other recreation centers, other sports complexes in our parish, not compete with, but complement at the same standard, if not greater. Now, I understand that there are some on this council that didn't want me to win the election 2.5 years ago. That's fair. And some, honestly, probably don't want to see me get reelected, and that is fair. That is fair. Some that have a different political philosophy than I have, and I get it. A different different worldview. That's healthy, and that's fine, and I welcome that. But here's the thing. I did get elected. I am the mayor president of Lafayette. And while some might not like that I'm a conservative Republican, we are all on the same team. When we come to this council meeting, all 6 of us, we're fighting for one group of people, and that's the city of Lafayette. And I'm proud of that. We all work for the residents, and our job is to provide them with a safe and prosperous community, a place where our young people want to stay and live, and other people want to make their home. We should be working together, not against each other. But it sure does feel like there's a small but very vocal group of people who would rather see my administration fail than Lafayette succeed. And if you don't believe me, just look at the amount of public records requests we've received on this very topic. It's my understanding it's more than 6,000 pages in response. More than 6,000 pages in response on the questions that relate to this discussion item. That's okay. That's what the law says. These public records requests are clearly a coordinated effort, and we answer each one of them. But it takes hundreds of man-hours to do so, which takes away from our other responsibilities. Just like these questions that you want answered. These questions that you know are going to be answered by an audit, which I believe starts in October? Okay, October. You know, if the council would like to call for an independent examination and response, I invite it. Bring in the auditors. We have nothing to hide. What I don't appreciate, though, is attempts to drown city and parish staff in endless requests. We've been working to prepare a budget, and now we are in the middle of hurricane season. Hurricane season just started. The estimated hundreds of hours it would take them to answer all of these requests would take away from very important and time-sensitive duties that we just don't have the luxury of, not at this time. So here's my request. Let's put political differences aside. Let's continue to find ways to work together. And let's do the job that we've all been elected to do. So that being said, I defer to your questions, and I appreciate the time.
I appreciate your comments, and I think we all want the same thing for Lafayette that you mentioned. We want a place where our families want to live. I mean, look, I have children that moved away. They came back. I want them to want to come back. So we're on the same page as far as that goes. We as a council are just doing our job, and we are trying to, we have questions we have to answer too on our end. And so that's all this is. And I don't, when you make it political, it's not political. It is a question of just understanding some of the answers to some of these questions. And even if you were answer some of them, if you can't get them all, I mean, there's a lot of questions, granted, but there are some that seem to be, could be answered maybe, could have been answered by now. And if you're able to answer them for public records request, I think as the council, we should be able to get those answers. So I'm not going to say anything more about it. I would like to work together. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the answers so we can understand going into a budget year, a new budget, what kind of liability we may have as a city related to some of these things. End of discussion. So that's really all it is. It's a numbers thing. And I you know, if I just don't want it to become what you're making it to become political. That is not my intention. That wasn't my intention when I asked those questions. So I'm going to defer to any other comments from Mr. Lazard.
Mayor, with all due respect, you're the one that's making it political, okay? I want to echo what Chair just said. That was not our intent. I frankly don't care what your political affiliation is, to be honest with you. I mean, believe it or not, I really don't, okay? And yes, you did win the election. It was a fair election. You won the election. And we're not going to get into Washington-style politics here. We agreed from the beginning that we wasn't going to go down that road, okay? So I frankly don't care about your political affiliation, whether or not you're liberal, conservative, whatever, okay? You always talk about the council controlling the purse strings. You constantly echoing that. So it would be naive on our part to ignore some of the things that have occurred as it relates to these various projects. So you're the one that's making it political, not us. As to the man-hours required by the staff to fulfill the request, the chair made it, I mean, I couldn't make it any clearer. You know, as far as public records requests concerning these projects, you were getting a lot of those even before this even came up, okay? And we know that, okay? We know that. So for you to attempt to tie those things together is really far-fetched at best. I'm done, Madam Chair.
All right. I'm not seeing any other discussion from the council. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
All right, let's move on then. Joint resolutions. This is a public hearing, and speaker sheets are available for anyone wishing to address the council. The 3-minute rule does apply. Cindy, please read.
Joint Resolution 20-2022, a joint resolution of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council authorizing a non-warranty cash sale of 820 West Simcoe Street to an adjoining landowner pursuant to Louisiana Revised Statute 472202B for the price of the sale's anticipated costs.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion from Mr. Nakka, a second from Ms. Hebert. Not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3.
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. Joint Resolution 21-2022, a joint resolution of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council authorizing a non-warranty cash sale of 1424 North Bertrand Drive to an adjoining landowner pursuant to Louisiana Revised Statute 472202B for the price of the sale's anticipated costs.
I have a motion for Mr. Lazard, a second from Ms. Hebert. Again, no council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let's call for the vote.
District 5,
Yes.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4.
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. Joint Resolution 22-2022, a joint resolution of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council authorizing a non-warranty cash sale of 1218 Southwest Evangeline Thruway to an adjoining landowner pursuant to Louisiana Revised Statute 472202B for the price of the sale's anticipated costs.
I have a motion for Mr. Nakka, a second for Mr. Lewis. I'm not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved.
All right, moving on to ordinance for final adoption. This is a public hearing, and speaker forms are available for anyone wishing to address the council. The 3-minute rule does apply. Cindy, please read.
City Ordinance 80, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the Lafayette Development Code and the official map of the City of Lafayette, providing for the annexation of additional land into the corporate limits of the City of Lafayette, Louisiana. Case number 01-2022-0020, 6004 Johnson Street annexation, located generally north of Duyon Road, west of Johnson Street, and south of Chateau de Leon Boulevard, and assigning a zoning classification of commercial heavy, District 2.
I have a motion for Mr. Nakhan, a second from Ms. Abear. I'm not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5, District 1. The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 81, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council authorizing the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to sell 237 surplus golf carts, which are no longer needed for public purposes, to golf carts of Louisiana for a total bid price of $829,500 as per the attached list golf carts.
Need a motion, have a motion for Mr. Lewis, a second for Ms. Abear. I'm not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5, District 1, District 2.
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 89, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to adjust amounts for administrative and general costs to actual.
I have a motion for Mr. Lazard, a second for Mr. Nakhan. Again, no council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 1, District 2,
Yes.
District 3.
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 90, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing the use of fund balance in the city general fund in the amount of $27,000 for audit costs and attestation costs, and moving the utilities audit costs and the fiber audit and attestation costs from the council administrative section to the city council section.
I have a motion for Mr. Lazard, a second for Mr. Nakhan. Laurie, can you explain that to me? We had the discussion about the golf carts, but I should have asked you about this one too. Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. There we go.
So you may recall last year, or was it the year before? I think it was last year, where we took the council's office and we split it out into different divisions. Now we have the council's office, the administrative section, which is V and her staff, and they're allocated through the city parish allocation.
Okay.
Then we have a section for the city council and a section for the parish council. So in this ordinance, part of what we're doing is moving the cost of LUS, the cost allocated to LUS for the audit, just under the city council.
Okay.
So it won't be under the administrative section, which gets allocated out.
I got you.
And then another part of what we're doing in this ordinance, it's three things, is because of the attestation audit being a little bit behind, we had money in previous years that didn't get used, but we're catching it all up this year, so we had to increase the amount for the attest audit, which is now properly recorded under the city council and not under the administrative section.
Okay.
And then the last thing is to move costs for CDBG for the audit that was previously charged to the grant. It cannot be charged to the grant anymore since we don't all this federal money we're getting, we're really learning about federal procurement, and we did not procure the auditor following federal procurement guidelines, so therefore the grant will not pay for any of the audit. We had to move those costs.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that explanation.
You're welcome.
Any other, I'm not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments? Let's vote.
District 5,
Yes.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3, District 4.
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 91, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring $7,000 from the firearm simulator account within the Lafayette Police Department to purchase police motorcycles.
I have a motion for Mr. Nakaz, a second for Mr. Lazard. I have Mr. Lewis. You have the floor. Oh, you turned it off.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Is anyone from the police department here? Oh, I guess not. Okay, yeah, you can answer, okay. My question is, how many motorcycles we talking about purchasing and where will they be utilized at?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sleeping over here, sorry. You should be on.
There we go. Might have been user error. I don't know the exact amount of motorcycles, but I do know that the account, for lack of better words, that we're transferring the money from is for simulators, and the simulator has enough capital funds in it to satisfy that mission. But this would go to, I mean, that in and of itself wouldn't purchase the motorcycle. I think it's the total fund is short 7,000 that I get.
But it's five.
There you go.
So if it's five, so it wouldn't be $7,000, correct?
No,
Motorcycles are more than that.
that's correct. So the total amount for the five came in $7,000 short, and
okay.
PD had excess funds in the simulator.
Okay.
And we have enough capital funds to address the simulator, and we're asking the council to transfer over the $7,000 from that particular account.
So these motorcycles will be utilized all over in the city of Lafayette or one particular precinct, or how would they work?
As the police department sees fit tactically.
Okay, but no one is here to say that, so.
No, but if there's a specific question, I'll get you an answer
Okay,
later on.
that'll be it, I action. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
You
Okay,
good?
thank you.
All right, so I'm going to go back to this. Okay, Mr. Lewis, you're done?
Yeah, I'm off.
You're still up there, but I'm not going to give you a hard time about it. Okay. They won't let me take you off, but it's all good. Okay, so let's see. So any other council discussion? I'm not seeing any public comments.
No, ma'am.
Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3, District 4,
Yes.
District 5. Yes. The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 92, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring $40,000 from the camera trailer account within the Lafayette Police Department to renovate Precinct 5.
I need a motion. I have a motion for Mr. Nakaz, second for Mr. Lazard. I see Mr. Lewis has got that button pressed again. Let's see what he's got to say.
Yeah, the same question, basically, where would that camera trailer be utilized at, what particular area? Precinct where?
I think it's, oh, sorry.
Downtown?
I think, yeah.
So this is, it's the opposite. So
Yeah.
taking it from the camera trailer, the funds were, we had excess funds in that particular area of the budget to transfer $40,000 over to the downtown police precinct. We're also, just for, in full candor, probably going to come back to the council to de-obligate $50,000 that the council approved in ARPA spending for that particular precinct. So $10,000 less, which we appreciate that, and it is up and running. So very,
Awesome.
very
Yeah.
thankful for that.
Okay, all
Yes.
right, thank you. Just want the public to understand where the money is being utilized. Because I had a few constituents call me and ask me about that. So I told them I would ask the police officer when they get there, but I realized they're not there today. Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you.
I thank you for that precinct. I think that's awesome. All right, so any other council discussion? I'm not seeing any public comments.
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 2? Yes. District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? Yes. District 1? Yes. The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 93, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing revenues in the amount of $27,955 received from the Louisiana Commission on Law Enforcement, authorizing the transfer of matching funds in the amount of $9,318 from Fund 101 and appropriating within the Lafayette Police Department.
I need a motion for Mr. Lazard, a second for Mr. Lewis. Not seeing any council discussion, any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? Yes. District 1? Yes. District 2?
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 94, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing revenues in the amount of $34,985 received from the Louisiana Commission on Law Enforcement and appropriating within the Lafayette Police Department.
I need a motion and a second. A motion for Mr. Nakast, second from Ms. Abear. Not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3? The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 95, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by adjusting the manning tables and increasing the hourly pay rate for a warehouse foreman position within the Communications Department.
I need a motion from Ms. Abear, a second from Mr. Nakast. Not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's vote.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3? Yes. District 4?
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 96, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council declaring the Acadian Hills Lane Bridge Replacement Project a public necessity and authorizing the acquisition of the necessary rights-of-way, immovable property, and other property rights requisite to the construction of said project, either on an amicable basis or through the use of the expropriation process if necessary.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion for Mr. Nakast, a second for Mr. Lewis. Is there someone that can kind of run through this project? Just a quick. The process. I just want to make sure, we just checking all the boxes, and I'm sure you can. Okay, you ready?
Say we definitely appreciate that.
Give
So
the
thank you for
opportunity.
that.
Yes, please.
So this is similar to all the other necessity ordinances that we've got approved from the council. This is for a bridge replacement. I think everybody's familiar with the old Acadiana Hills area. So there's some other serious needs there, but at this time, Public Works has deemed that the bridge at issue right now needs to be addressed. Have no intention as far as expropriating. That is part of the statute, though, that allows us to do that through
Right.
local ordinances,
Okay, so it's going to be a friendly acquisition.
as most of them are.
So far, good. I love that. Okay, perfect.
And thank you, Councilman. And the high school being built there, honestly, what kind of prompted it. So we appreciate it.
Thank you for that explanation.
Thank you.
All right, I'm not seeing any other council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 1? District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? Yes. The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 97, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council declaring the Pecan-Buick-Chester Sidewalk Project a public necessity and authorizing the acquisition of the necessary rights-of-way, immovable property, and other property rights requisite to the construction of said project, either on an amicable basis or through the use of the expropriation process if necessary.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion for Mr. Nakast, a second for Ms. Abear. And again, all done on an amicable basis, I'm sure, because we love sidewalks, so I'm not concerned about that project. I'm not seeing any public comments. Any council discussion, any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for a vote.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes?
District 5?
Yes. 5.
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 98, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating and capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing the use of fund balance in Fund 401 Sales Tax Capital Improvement City Fund in the amount of $500,000 and appropriating within the Public Works Department Capital Improvements Division for the Comprehensive Stormwater Plan.
I need a motion and a second. I have a motion from Mr. Lewis, a second from Mr. Lazard. Is there someone that can also give kind of, I did speak with someone in Public Works about this, but just maybe if we could explain it a little bit. I'm going to give you that. There you go.
Yes, no, thank you. So this is in regards to one particular basin of many. So there's several layers to the comprehensive plan. One's detention, one is conveyance. This focuses more on conveyance, specifically subterranean, a little bit of open channel, but as it relates to the basins in the city of Lafayette, or there's one, I think there's a couple of channels that contribute to the city of Lafayette to have a better modeling. The parish has funded a lot of initiatives outside the city, and this is, like I said, one of many conveyance analysis that's going to have to go into this overall plan. But this is exciting because our city, and this is a compliment to folks that came before us too, the GIS system is a little more up to date than other municipalities, so it puts us in a better position to be able to address these culverts and the subterranean conveyance mechanisms. So,
Okay, well, thank
We
you.
would
That's kind
appreciate
of
the
what I
support.
understood it is, the modeling, so I appreciate that. All right, Mr. Lazard, you would like to comment?
Do we currently have a stormwater management plan?
say again?
Do we currently have a plan?
Yes, I think you got briefed a very summarized version.
We got briefed on projects.
Oh,
but,
yep.
It wasn't a plan, it was projects. The briefing was about projects, not a plan. So this is for modeling?
This is one of many efforts in modeling into the dynamic model.
Yes, he said we're shaking our head, so that means yes, this is for modeling. Okay. And I think that was, one of the issues that came up previously that we've had some extensive discussions about, and that was whether or not we actually had a plan or not. But, okay, I'm good.
All right, let's see, let me go back to, all right, I'm not seeing any other council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1? District 2?
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 99, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring $150,000 from the completed CIDC Lateral 7 Curran Dulles project to the Recreation Center Improvements account within the Park Department for additional funding needed for the LCG Girard Park Recreation Center roof replacement project.
All right, I need a motion and a second. I have a motion for Mr. Lewis, a second for Mr. Lazard. I'm not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 100, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget and manning tables of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to provide funding for salary adjustments within the Utilities Department.
I have a motion for Mr. Nakka, a second for Ms. Abear. I'm not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's call for the vote.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 101, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to make appropriations adjustments within the Utilities Department.
I need a motion and a second. Mr. Nakka, and a second from Ms. Abear. I'm not seeing any council discussion and any public comments.
No, ma'am.
Let's go ahead and vote.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? The motion to adopt is approved.
All right, joint ordinances for final adoption. This is a public hearing, and speaker forms are available for anyone wishing to address the council. The 3-minute rule does apply. Cindy, please read.
Joint Ordinance 42, 2022, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council, amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to adjust amounts for administrative and general cost to actual.
I need a motion from Mr. Nakka, a second from Mr. Lewis. Not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's vote.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1? The motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 43, 2022, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette Mayor President to enter into a traffic signal maintenance agreement between the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government and the State of Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development for traffic signal maintenance by increasing revenue from the State of Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development in the amount of $199,120.
I have a motion for Mr. Lewis, a second from Mr. Nakhan. No council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's vote.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 1, District 2.
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 44, 2022, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council, authorizing the Lafayette Mayor President to enter into a maintenance agreement between the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government and the State of Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development concerning the maintenance of state roadways to include mowing and litter pickup, and amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by decreasing the use of fund balance and increasing reimbursement revenue from the State of Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development in the amount of $2,135.
I need a motion and a second. Motion from Mr. Lazard, a second from Mr. Nakhan. I'm not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's vote.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3. The motion to adopt is approved.
All right, announcements of vacancies on boards and commissions and/or commissions. Cindy, please read.
2 vacancies will exist on the Downtown Management Committee for a 4-year term effective August 1st, 2022. Applicants must own immovable property or own a business that operates from a downtown location or be a director, partner, or member of a business entity owning property or operating a business from a downtown location. Individuals wishing to submit a resume for the above volunteer vacancies must be a registered voter and a resident of Lafayette Parish. Yearly ethics training for all appointees is required, as is financial disclosure under certain circumstances. Resumes are to be forwarded to Veronica L. Williams, Clerk of the Council, P.O. Box 4017-C, Lafayette, Louisiana 70502, or email to bclafayette@lafayettela.gov no later than noon, Tuesday, July 19th, 2022, with appointments to be made at the August 2nd, 2022 regular meeting of the Lafayette City Council. Resume submissions are public record.
All right, let's move on. Consider appointments by the council as a whole to boards and/or commissions. Cindy, please read the appointment.
Appointment to the Board of Zoning Adjustment for a 5-year term effective July 1st, 2022.
All right, we received one resume from Charles Ditch. There is no incumbent, so I'll need a nomination.
Ditch.
Mr. Nakhan is going to nominate Mr. Ditch. Not seeing any council discussion. Are there any public comments?
No, ma'am.
All right, let's go ahead and call for the vote.
District 5? District 1? District 2?
Yes.
District 3? District 4?
Ditch.
Charles Ditch is appointed. Appointment to the Keep Lafayette Beautiful Board for the remainder of an unexpired 2-year term through November 31st, 2022, and the following 2-year term effective December 1st, 2022.
Again, we received one resume from Emily Claire Hamner, and there is no incumbent. So I ask for a nomination. Ms. Abear,
I'd like to nominate Ms. Hamner.
I'm not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments?
No, ma'am.
Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
District 1? Yes. District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Hamner.
District 5? Emily Claire Hamner is appointed.
All right, appointment by council members, mayor, president, and/or any other district appointing authority.
Andy Nakhan, District 2, appointed Mark Pope to the Recreation Advisory Commission for a 4-year term effective June 20th, 2022 through July 31st, 2024.
All right. Okay, introductory ordinances. I need a motion and a second to introduce items 32 through 45 in globo. I have a motion for Mr. Lewis, a second for Mr. Nakhan. Cindy, please read.
City Ordinance 102, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the Lafayette Development Code so as to reclassify case number 0N-2022-0021, 125 Easy Street rezoning located generally north of Eras Landry Road, west of Easy Street, and south of Ambassador Caffrey Parkway, the particular parcel being rezoned from industrial light to residential mixed. City Ordinance 103, 2022. An ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the Lafayette Development Code so as to reclassify case number 0N-2022-0022, 129 Youngsville Highway rezoning located generally north of William Drive, east of Youngsville Highway, and south of West Pinhook Road, the particular parcel being rezoned from industrial light to commercial heavy. City Ordinance 104, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the Lafayette Development Code and the official map of the City of Lafayette, providing for the annexation of additional land into the corporate limits of the City of Lafayette, Louisiana, case number 0N-2022-0023, 1600 block of La Nouvelle Road annexation, located generally north of Greenpoint Commons, west of Ambassador Caffrey Parkway, and south of La Nouvelle Road, and assigning a zoning classification of residential single-family, District 4. City Ordinance 105, 2022, in order to the Lafayette City Council amending the Lafayette Development Code so as to reclassify case number 0N-2022-0024, 620 Southeast Evangeline Thruway rezoning, located generally north of 10th Street, west of Southeast Evangeline Thruway, and south of Louisiana Avenue, the particular parcels being rezoned from commercial heavy to mixed-use neighborhood. City Ordinance 106, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating and capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by reclassifying city ARPA projects in Fund 650, American Rescue Plan 21 City Fund, to align with final ARPA rules. City Ordinance 107, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring $130,000 from the Hazmat Response Unit Replace Project to the Air Packs Project to replace 15 air packs and 30 air cylinders within the Lafayette Fire Department to continue replacing existing units that are reaching their life expectancy. City Ordinance 108, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating and capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing the use of fund balance in Fund 401, Sales Tax Capital Improvement City Fund, in the amount of $700,000 and appropriating within the Public Works Department Capital Improvements Division for the Digby Avenue Detention Project. City Ordinance 109, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by recognizing recreation registration fees in the amount of $11,433 and appropriating $6,000 in the official fees account and $5,433 in the contractual services account within the Parks, Arts, Recreation, and Culture Department Athletic Programs Division. City Ordinance 110, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring $11,428 from the Athletic Field Supplies Improvement Project to the 3/4 Truck Extended Cab Replace 4 account within the Parks, Arts, Recreation, and Cultural Department. City Ordinance 11, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring $283,462 from the Fallbacher Field Improvements Project and appropriating $250,000 into the new Thomas Park Skate Park Project and $33,462 into the Parks Improvement Citywide Project within the Parks, Arts, Recreation, and Cultural Department. City Ordinance 112, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council authorizing the filing of an application with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for a staffing for adequate fire and emergency response SAFER grant for the Lafayette Fire Department. City Ordinance 113, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council authorizing the filing of a grant application with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for a fire prevention and safety grant for the Lafayette Fire Department. City Ordinance 114, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council authorizing the filing of an application with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for an Assistance to Firefighters grant for the Lafayette Fire Department. City Ordinance 115, 2022, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by decreasing council reserves in Fund 650 American Rescue Plan 21 City Fund in the amount of $1 million and appropriating within the Community Development and Planning Department for disbursement to Acadiana Regional Coalition on Homelessness and Housing, ARCH.
All right, thank you, Cindy. I'm not seeing any council discussion on any of these. Are there any public comments?
We do have one speaker signed in for item number 45, Ordinance 15-2022 in reference to Acadiana Regional Coalition on Homelessness, Elsa Dimitriadis.
I'm going to be very, very brief. Thank you, Councilman Lazard, for introducing this much-needed ordinance. I don't want to belabor the point, but to be clear, we currently have no available shelter beds in Lafayette Parish. Our ESGCV funded homeless prevention and rapid rehousing program will be ending at the end of August. That's a program that has served thousands. We will see an immediate and steep increase in homelessness at that time. And look, I'm a metrics person. While many of my colleagues are led by passion, I am excited when I see positive cost-benefit analyses and deeply favorable ROIs. That's how I work. We have limited funds as a community, and I have to know that the solutions that we propose are the very best options and that they work. And so I want you to be excited. As deeply staring at the ceiling in the middle of the night worried that I am, I'm also excited. We've seen some incredible work in the last 2 years, work that's put us on the map both at the state level and at the national level. We've been nimble and responsive with our most vulnerable population, and those are two things that agencies historically have problems being. Please help us keep moving forward and not regress. We have a solid plan. We have numbers, we have answers. If you have concerns, ask me questions, right? We've got a couple weeks for that. Know everything before you make a decision. Councilman Cook, I know that you wanted to know how we collaborate. Please reach out. Councilman Nakan, I'm happy to answer any kind of accounting questions or budgetary questions that you may have. Call me, ask me to pull more info, but I want you to get excited with me. You have my email, you have my phone number. Please don't hesitate to use it. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Hebert would like to probably ask you a question right now, so come back.
Well, I was just going to ask for the information. You said you had a plan of how the monies were going to be spent
Yes.
and broken down. If you don't mind, I would love to see that, and I think everyone
Everybody would, yeah.
Councilman Lazard, since I saw your name on here, I already emailed for you to call me tomorrow, so just call me when you have some time to discuss it as well, because I know you probably know. It doesn't have to be done now. We can talk later. But just since it's being introduced, if you don't mind just emailing me any plans, details you have, that way we can look at it in the
Absolutely.
next couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we will reach out, yes. for that.
Please, thank you.
Yes, okay, Mr. Lazard, you,
I was just going to make the comment that I'm not sure if you all recall, but she actually presented us with a detail, I guess it was several months ago, I guess it was. Elsa, you want to come back up, please?
Yes.
So she actually presented us with a detail.
That is the plan.
That is the plan, with a detailed proposal outlining how, and the other important thing about this is, we always talking about having some skin in the game and what have you, so this is a coalition of how many different organizations, Elsa, that's
3 dozen, at least.
that's come together, and so I would not be introducing this if I wasn't totally comfortable with it, and if I wasn't sure that the money would be spent appropriately. I'm very confident in that fact. I trust this organization explicitly. I've had numerous conversations with Elsa, with Kim at Catholic Charities, who all you know is also fundamentally involved with addressing homelessness in Lafayette Parish. So the other thing you might want to mention about the application for state funds in conjunction with this project as well.
Yes, so Councilman Awer, just to answer your question, we have moved forward from that proposal as well, so I'm happy to talk more about that. We actually have a planning team in place that's comprised of a lawyer, a project manager, and an architect, so we have drilled down on a more granular level with those numbers as well, so happy to chat with you. And yes, I mean, obviously $1 million would be a game changer for our community, but it would not build a shelter. And so what we're asking for is an investment at the city level. We're also asking for an investment at the parish level so that we can go to the state, who are prepared to give us funding but want to know that our community is also invested in a solution. And so so there is we're asking for $1 million from each, the city and the parish, and then asking for 10 at the state level. So while it is quite an investment at the local level, it is being matched exponentially at the state level.
I'm done, Madam Chair, thank you.
And really, I will follow up as well. I'm sure everyone else will too. Just the idea of the plan to actually maintain once we have this facility is kind of a
Yes.
concern of mine, which.
Absolutely, and it should be, So what the plan includes is 100, it would serve 100 households. 50 of those households would be served through a shelter model. The other 50 would be deeply affordable housing, and so on-site, at the same location. So the operations would be covered by that deeply affordable housing. So while the investment that we're asking for would get us off the ground, the long-term sustainability would be built in through that affordable housing piece.
Okay, perfect. Yes, and I'm not going to put you on the spot. We'll talk some more, but it sounds,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you for coming and
Thank
kind of
you,
explaining it, yeah. All right, let's see. I'm not seeing any other discussions. And no other public comments? Okay, let's go ahead and vote to introduce in globo items 32 through 45.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? Yes. District 1? The motion to introduce items 32 through 45 in globo is approved.
All right, we're going to move on to the joint introductory ordinances. I don't know if y'all heard all those motorcycles. It must be that's all those new police motorcycles, huh? They're sounding good. I need a motion and a second to introduce items 47 through 55 in globo. I have a motion from Ms. Abear, a second from Mr. Lazard. Cindy, please read.
Joint Ordinance 45, 2022, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to adjust amounts for risk management uninsured loss reimbursements to actual. Joint Ordinance 46, 2022, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to sell at public internet auction surplus vehicles, equipment, and other miscellaneous movable property which are no longer needed for public purposes as per the attached list internet auction. Joint Ordinance 47, 2022. A joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 capital and operating budgets of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring a total of $250,000 in funds from the Bridge Repairs Parish budget line item into the Contractual Service Project GOMO and Contractual Service Interstate Grass Cut budget line for additional funding needed within the Traffic Roads and Bridges Department Streets Division for grass maintenance. Joint Ordinance 48, 2022, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council providing for the abandonment of a 5-foot by 10-foot utility niche on Lot 25A of Cottage on the Green subdivision located at 104 Cornerby Drive. Joint Ordinance 49, 2022, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette Mayor President to submit the 2022 annual plan grant application to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Joint Ordinance 50, 2022, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing revenues in the amount of $1,520,139 in CDBG funds received from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and appropriating funds within the Community Development and Planning Department. Joint Ordinance 51, 2022, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council amending the fiscal year 21-22 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing revenues in the amount of $704,685 in home funds received from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and appropriating funds within the Community Development and Planning Department. Joint Ordinance 52, 2022, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council authorizing the filing of an application with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for a regional assistance to firefighters grant for the Lafayette Fire Department and Lafayette Parish. Joint Ordinance 53, 2022, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council to abandon certain portions of 8 utility niches established on lots 19-A through 23-A of Pamela Drive, Townhomes Phase 1-B, located at 116 through 124 Saint Germain Circle.
All right, thank you, Cindy. I'm not seeing any council discussion. Any public comments on any of these? Let's go ahead and call the vote to introduce and global items 47 through 55.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5. Yes. District 1. Yes. District 2.
Yes.
The motion to introduce items 47 through 55 in globo is approved.
All right, thank you all very much for coming. I adjourn the city council regular meeting. Have a good evening.